Wednesday, December 25th. Happy Christmas. Merry Christmas. So good to be with you guys. And I got to start that back off the top. It's been a busy Christmas day so far. Trying to get into it. Let's get it. It's week 17 of this NFL regular season. Merry Christmas. It is Wednesday, December 25th. I promise I haven't had any eggnog today. Glad you can be with me. Today's episode is brought to you by my friends at Preston Automotive Group. The Chiefs are currently putting the finishing touches on the Pittsburgh Steelers, and right now the Steelers are bleeding out right now in front of us. They are reeling, and they are in a position where not only is the AFC North in jeopardy, but just where they stand right now in the AFC playoff picture is in jeopardy. They've lost a few games in a row now, and they're in danger of doing so today. Again, Kansas City trying to put the finishing touches, just under 10 minutes left in that fourth quarter. 29-10 is the final. And that's obviously notable for the Ravens because if Kansas City ends up taking this game and they have the possession right now, they're just going to run the football and put this one away. Ravens are in a position where if you win out starting today in Houston and next weekend, I should say, it's over 10 days from now. If you do that, you take the division. So Kansas City doing Baltimore a little bit of a favor today as the Russian bots start to come in here. We're banning all Russian bots today. Again, no eggnog off the top. It certainly seemed like that was the case. But no, Christmas Day on a Wednesday probably just feels a little bit off broadcasting football on Christmas Day on a Wednesday. But that's what we're here to do. And we are working our way, of course, towards kickoff. In Houston, back-to-back Christmas days, Christmas nights. The Ravens will be performing. Beyonce, of course, has the halftime, but it's Lamar versus C.J. Stroud, D'Amico Ryans versus John Harbaugh, and the Texans against the Ravens. This Bleacher Report graphic cracked me up earlier. C.J. and Lamar both, seemingly watching Beyonce's halftime performance together. C.J. with a drink in hand. I'll let you choose what kind of beverage that is. I am of the belief that we will not see Lamar outside the concourse or outside of the tunnel watching Beyonce at halftime. But hey, we've seen stranger things. And if the Ravens are up comfortably at the half, maybe, just maybe, John Harbaugh will sign off on that. And my, oh my, for sports fans, today's Christmas slate is really something else. Chiefs and Steelers, of course, is going on as we speak. The NBA has the Spurs and Knicks. T-Wolves and Mavs, which is on right now, 76ers and Celtics, Lakers and Warriors, and the Nuggets taking on the Suns. And, of course, the game that we're going to be following closely, the Ravens and Texans, with an AFC North division title on the line. The Ravens won't seal the deal today with a win, but, again, if you win out, and if Kansas City puts the finishing touches on Pittsburgh right now, the Ravens are in the driver's seat, and they will control their own destiny over the next couple weeks and would be in line to host a home playoff game. Inactives came out within the hour. Jalen Armour-Davis leads this list. Nelson Aguilar remains in concussion protocol along with Justice Hill. Marcus Williams continues to be a healthy scratch at safety. The rookie Adisa Isaac is as well. And Nick Samak, the rookie reserve offensive lineman. That means Zay Flowers, who's been dealing with a shoulder and was listed as questionable, will be good to go. That means Keaton Mitchell will be good to go, and a couple other notes as well, including the newest addition, Steven Sims. He was just claimed off waivers Monday after being released and waived by the Houston Texans. Well, guess what? He's active, and maybe, just maybe, because of Tylan Wallace and other struggles from Desmond King at punt return specialist in recent weeks, maybe, just maybe, Steven Sims, a former undrafted rookie, had a little bit of success against the Ravens last year in the divisional round, returned a punt for a touchdown. You could see him getting some reps today against his former team. Again, less than a week since they showed him the door. Keaton Mitchell, Rasheen Ali, David Ajabo, TJ Tampa, and the aforementioned Steven Sims all will be active and suiting up for the Ravens today. Kyle Barber putting this note together and adding that RB2 behind Derrick Henry will likely be a rotation of Keaton and Rasheen. And, of course, Ajabo was pretty productive in a short sample size, a small sample size, I should say, against the Steelers. but he's going to be up in place of Adisa Isaac, the rookie out of Penn State, who will be a healthy scratch. Our first look, and maybe our first actual sample size look at Keaton Mitchell. Of course, just a year removed from a serious knee injury, has been a healthy scratch in recent weeks. And Rasheen Ali has taken his spot at RB3. But again, that was when Justice Hill was healthy. So just keep that in mind. Those are some notes roster-wise going into today. As far as the Houston perspective is concerned, we're going to go down to Houston in just a little bit because the guest lines are active, and I see a couple of blossoming friends are hanging out together waiting to come on the show. Looking forward to that. But Devin White, a linebacker, Jerry Hughes, defensive end, Shaq Mason, guard, center guard, Juice Scruggs, wide receiver, Deontay Johnson, and a defensive tackle. I'm not even going to attempt to pronounce that name. Will be the inactives for the Texans. But, of course, Deontay was just waived by the Ravens for obvious reasons. Houston picked him up. The Chargers inquired, but Houston had the priority. And, of course, for the Ravens, they'll have Steven Sims out there. But Deontay, not quite. 48-hour time turnaround is not going to do it for them. But I will be very, very curious to see if the Texans end up making a run, what, if any, impact Deontay Johnson will have for their wide receiver room, because it's been one that has unfortunately went through some heartbreak and devastation in recent days. Tank Dell, one of their standout pass catchers, suffered a dislocated kneecap, torn ACL, and other damage, perhaps ligament-related, just this past weekend. He's going to undergo season-ending surgery as a result. And obviously, given his past of adversity, it had his quarterback, C.J. Stroud, visibly emotional last weekend. And as Alex wrote here on X, C.J. was crying because he knows how much Tank has gone through. He fractured his fibula last year, suffered a gunshot wound in the offseason, and now obviously just a devastating knee injury. So these guys are best buds. I really appreciated CJ's press conferences. I watched them all week. He is a classy guy. He is resilient. He's obviously going through a sophomore slump, and a lot of that has to do with the lack of pass pro, as John McClain told me and Sarah earlier this week. I guess that was just yesterday. It's such a weird turnaround time when they played on Saturday, even though it's the same when you play on a Sunday and then Thursday. But the reality is, this is a team that spirit is being tested. And I'll be really curious to see how the Texans respond to this kind of adversity. Tank Dell was a big-time playmaker for them. But I think the emotions are and were running very high. And I want to see if that leaks into today's game whatsoever, given the condensed week and the quick turnaround time. The guest lines are open. I'd be remiss if I didn't wish all of you and yours a very Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Holidays. It's been a fantastic season hanging out with you guys. I appreciate all the support. Already 500 of you concurrently watching across all platforms. Please like the video on your way in. Subscribe to the channel. Hit that notification bell if you would, so you can be notified of when I'm dropping my daily live content. And shall we go down to Houston? Because I'm looking at a guy who I believe is Manny, but his waiting room screen name says Mike M. Well, that's because these buds are together. And these two apparently have been partying the last couple of days down there in Houston. And I love a blossoming friendship because I just love that aspect of life. But when that blossoming friendship is derived because of this channel, that gets me even more fired up. So let's go down to Houston, see what the pregame boys are up to. Mike and Manny hanging out together down in Houston.
What's up, brother? Hey, what's up, Bobby? I'm with my defensive coordinator here. We're here in Houston.
Can we please go?
Look at you guys, man. Merry Christmas. What's going on, fellas?
We are ready to take over Harbaugh's and Zach Orr's shop.
Let's get it. Oh, he got me eating the glizzy. Oh my God.
Hey, what's going on down there, gentlemen? Where are you pre-gaming at?
Ready to take over.
Yes,
Let's go,
sir.
baby. Let's go, Beyonce.
I love it. She's looking like the part right there.
Yeah, we got a prediction over here.
Okay.
Belt to ass. 42, 14.
Mike, Hey,
I'm going 40-3.
42,
hey, Manny,
24.
hey, Mike, are you feeling no pain today?
I'm good. We're taking a shot though.
Yeah, take one. Let's go. Take one for us.
We gotta
Hey, we gotta go.
another 8 points down because Tank is down. So
I can see it. Look at the boys. Pre-game shots. Look at you guys getting an early start down there.
Hey, we gotta do it. We gotta put the pedal to the metal.
Hey, can we please get a weather update, a weather report from you guys?
Oh, it's cloudy over here with a chance of rain, but doesn't matter. We gotta play football.
It's in a dome.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's a dome stadium.
It's a dome.
Isn't
It don't matter.
Yeah. All right, perfect. It's a dome stadium. Perfect. NRG Stadium's dome, so we're all set. But in terms of the pregame weather report, light rain, looks like some mixed clouds out there. Are you doing all right?
No rain so far. No rain,
Okay.
but it's like everybody's leaving. Like literally, we're the last ones out here.
Oh, I love it. Hey, by the way, everybody wants to know, Mike, everybody wants to know in the chat who that Beyonce lookalike was with the cowboy hat. Who is that?
Man.
Oh,
Forget my
Bobby
name,
wasn't
but she's a regular at the pre-games, at the Ravens 610 flock in Houston.
Okay.
We live. We
610
do
flock. So in other words, we have a no-namer, but she's gonna be yours by the end of the day, I guess.
it. Y'all gotta pull up. Y'all gotta pull up.
I said it, you didn't. So hey, you guys enjoy yourselves. Merry Christmas, guys. Thanks for calling in.
Hey, Merry
Appreciate
Christmas,
you.
Chad, to you, to Sarah, everyone. We're about to coach this one out.
We're gonna buy a car when we're in Baltimore.
Hey, I look forward to seeing what kind of shape you guys are in about 8 hours when I'm on the post game. All right, tonight.
Are y'all shipping cars to Houston?
Who the hell who's shipping cars to Houston?
We need something, man.
For what?
This is Brian. This is my best friend. He's a little bit slow. we need something, bro. We know the partnerships in Baltimore, huh?
Hey, you know what?
Christian,
Listen,
so I was like, hey, do you know the vault? He's like, what is that? And then I was like, oh, Bobby was just an Iceland. The ladies were talking about Iceland.
Manny. I said, man, I know Bobby Baltimore.
He's like, Bobby Baltimore.
Hey.
He doesn't know about Bobby Baltimore. So
appreciate that, Brian. Thanks, man.
Yes, sir.
I hope you guys have a great holiday. Enjoy the rest of the pregame. Make sure you get in there by kickoff now.
We're about to head over there right now.
All right. Sounds good. We'll catch up with you post game.
Yes,
All right, sir.
Thanks, fellas. Man, I love that right there. Manny and Mike hanging out at a pregame tailgate because of the blossoming friendship that they clearly have. Manny comes up from Mexico City. It's under 3 minutes to go, by the way. It's all but over in Pittsburgh. Chiefs lead the Steelers 29-10. And, of course, this will put the Ravens in a position where they're in the driver's seat. Why? You win out, and the Steelers lose this game today like they're about to. You win the division, you host a home playoff game, and things are a whole lot different than they were just a couple weeks ago. Back to the guest lines we go. Judah, let's get you in here, Mr. Christmas.
What's going on? What's going on, bro?
Good to see you. Happy holidays, brother.
Same to you. Same to you. So listen, man, I got a question for you actually. So I know the game is on Netflix today, and I got Netflix. Where do I go to find the game? I don't know. Am I supposed to go to live TV? What am I going to?
Honestly, I barely use Netflix as well, and when I pulled it up, it's like right there. I mean, they're advertising the hell out of it, kind of like they do with Prime on Thursday nights. It's literally it should be right when you pull it up.
I'll figure it out. But anyway, I wanted to bring up the guy that we just brought in, that guy from the Texans. I've been watching some of his highlights and, asking some guys who are Texan fans. I think he's a pretty good returner. And I think it was you reported that John Harbaugh said that he was going to stick with the guys he had, but I think he would be an upgrade. I think he would be an upgrade at kick return, actually.
Well, this is really interesting that you say that because Steven Sims Jr. is who you're referring to. It's who the Ravens brought in after he was waived by Houston. So Houston brings in Deontay after he's waived by Baltimore. And Baltimore brings in Sims after he's waived by Houston. So only one of those two players, though, is going to be able to have a chance to get immediate revenge against his former team because Sims is up, Deontay is down. And I'm thinking based on recent struggles from Desmond, even though he's shown some pop after he catches the football, it's the muff punts that have gotten him in trouble. And the same for Tylen, right? So I think that Sims is going to get a chance, and maybe, just maybe, he'll have a chance right out of the gate. So that'll be something to watch the first time that the Ravens force a punt.
Right, and one more thing, man. I just want to talk about not having Justice Hill active. Well, of course, we all kind of anticipated that, but I'm glad to know that we may have Keaton back. But one thing I want to bring up, Bobby, is when Justice went out, when Lamar Jackson threw that interception. One thing nobody brought up is that interception was a result a lot of the fact that the Ravens were stubborn on not giving the ball to Rasheen Ali. They made their mind up that they wouldn't give Rasheen Ali a carry, so much so that even after we ran Derrick Henry so much that he was gassed and out of breath, and we probably should have ran the ball when we got into the red zone, they opted to throw the ball when realistically, if Derrick Henry was still in the game or we still had Justice Hill, that would probably have been a run. That's one of the things I don't like about Baltimore is how stubborn they can be.
Well, I'll tell you what, the message should be clear now based on what we've seen in recent weeks. It's December football. They clearly will know the outcome of what's about to take place here in a couple minutes in terms of being finalized, and that is the Steelers going down to Kansas City, meaning it is now within control. You win the next couple games, you run teams out of the stadium, and you host a home playoff game. You take the AFC North for a second consecutive year, and you make your run. Sure, it's going to have to be done through Arrowhead at some point, but they know how to beat the Chiefs. They just haven't been able to beat the Chiefs. The message is clear. Make sure the asset that you have that you did not have last year is taken advantage of, and that's the King. This is his month, and I expect that to continue today. You just muted yourself there, my guy.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So that's basically what I wanted to talk about. And I'm still on a Tez Walker watch. I'm hoping to see some Tez Walker today. Hopefully we get to see some of that. And I just hope we keep everything up. I think we're rounded into form. The fact that the defense has come along when they did, I'm very excited about going into the postseason because our offense they've been balanced in the whole season. So I'm confident about what we can do in the playoffs.
Appreciate you, brother. Have an awesome Christmas. Thanks for the call.
All right.
Judah in the house. Appreciate you guys for being here. All 600 plus of you coming up on 700 concurrents. And we're about to continue the guest lines. By the way, the Chiefs will clinch the number 1 seed in the AFC playoffs. Yet again, the postseason runs through Arrowhead, and they're probably going to rest their starters next week against the Broncos. That could be a big-time game with a lot of implications surrounding it. Today is brought to you by my friends at Preston Automotive Group. And at Preston, Bobby Baltimore subscribers receive 2 exclusive offers, $500 towards a new or pre-owned vehicle, or when you buy 4 tires, you'll receive 50% off your alignment. You've got over 2,000 vehicles to shop from. When you go to Preston Motor, again, my landing page is a pinned comment right now in the live chat. You can also click the other link that's in the pinned comment, which is the guest access line. But here are the offers that are available to you as a Bobby Baltimore subscriber. You can easily reach out to Preston by filling out this form right here. And then always everybody's favorite, the inventory, searching by make, model, keyword, price, vehicle condition, year, make, model, you name it. It's such an awesome website to work. It's easy to navigate. And I've been working with Preston now for well over a year. You'd be joining the Preston team along with Raven safety Kyle Hamilton, Mark Andrews, myself as a brand ambassador, and many more throughout Baltimore and beyond. Cars cost less with Preston. Get started today by visiting PrestonMotor.com. All that can be found in the show notes, or just simply scan the QR code that you see in the upper right-hand corner right now to get started. I appreciate you guys for being here. Kansas City has officially taken down the Steelers. Pittsburgh drops to 10-6. And here we go. Baltimore wins its next 2 games. They're going to repeat as AFC North divisional champions. That's what's going on. Let's get back to the guest lines. Over 700 of you concurrently with me today. I hope you're enjoying your time with you and yours, all your families, your friends, your significant others, you name it. Keontae, welcome in, man. Merry Christmas. What's going on, dude?
What's up, Bobby? I just came in to give a couple predictions, man. Got the lucky Marlowe jersey on.
All pro
Block
this year,
hat.
baby. All pro.
Yes,
He's
sir.
back to
Yes,
his
sir.
level.
My prediction going to be that them Ravens, we're going to pull it out 38-17. I see another 200-yard game for Big Henry out there. And surprisingly, I think, Bate going to come through with 2 tutties for us, man. I don't know. It's something about him. It's something about him. Last game, he was a little shaky, but I see him with the 2 tutties for us this game.
He's putting the finishing touches on a career year. He's got 7 total touchdowns or somewhere around there, 7 or 8 total touchdowns, over 600 yards receiving. And here is the AFC playoff picture right now. Ravens very much in position. And for the first time, they're actually seen as the division leader right now on this screen that Netflix just put up. So again, if you're just tuning in, Chiefs take care of business in dominating fashion against Pittsburgh. 29-10 is the final. And now Baltimore is in position. You win the next 2 games. You take the AFC North crown, and we will be looking at a wild card weekend home game. And I know selfishly I'm excited about what that would present for all of us.
Yeah, that put a big smile on my face. Yeah, I'm
and where you at, Keontae? Everybody wants to know where you at. You got an accent.
Oh, I'm Dallas, Texas, man.
You're down in Dallas. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Beautiful. I was going to say, that looks like mild weather down there, my friend.
Yeah, it ain't the prettiest thing, but you know what? I see something prettier when I see them Ravens win. So
hey, there we go. Appreciate it, man. Hey, have a great rest of your Christmas and enjoy the game.
You too. Merry Christmas, man.
See you, man. Keontae down in Dallas, Texas. Tell you what, Lamar Jackson has the opportunity to not only lead his team to another AFC North title crown, but maybe, just maybe, continue to shift public opinion on where the 2024-2025 NFL MVP race currently stands. And if you ask Texans head coach DeMeco Ryans, he's pretty clear about where that award stands.
He's playing some of the best football he's played. Like, he's definitely jumps off the tape as the best player I've seen this year. Talk about MVP. He's definitely the MVP in my mind, just for what he's doing, not only run game wise, but throwing the football, the accuracy, the decision making. Like, he's playing unbelievable ball right now. So it's going to be a really tough challenge for us this week. Last year, I don't think it has a lot to do with this year. With them adding Derrick Henry, I think their offense has changed significantly with Derrick and what they're able to do. I think they're able to run the football even better. Now having Derrick there, he's having an outstanding year. And when it comes to Lamar, what jumps off the tape to me is just, how accurate he is with the football. Now throwing the football, hitting the tight ends. He has a lot of weapons, and he's distributing the football very well, making really good decisions with the football. And they're an explosive unit. Talked about you got to handle the run game, and now also Lamar and his threat to run the ball, also throwing the ball. He's an unbelievable talent. Definitely a guy who's in consideration for the MVP. He jumps off the tape as one of the best players in our league.
DeMeco Ryans, one of the many that are directly in this league that are high on what Lamar is doing. Said, quote, definitely jumps off the tape as the best player I've seen this year. Talk about MVP. He's definitely the MVP in my mind. Well, maybe, just maybe in Mike Florio's mind. And I know some of you probably scoff when you hear the name Mike Florio because of recent antics when it comes to his Ravens coverage, namely his prediction going into San Francisco, Baltimore, and last year's Christmas clash. Funny enough, I didn't hear a whole lot of chirping from him this year, but what I did hear was actually him making a lot of sense. As an MVP voter, he had this to say in terms of where things stand. Again, not yet through the completion of the regular season, which is the important key timeline when deciding and evaluating this award.
Josh Allen's the MVP. I wouldn't assume anything. Lamar Jackson had a better performance week 16 than Josh Allen. There's still 2 weeks left. If the Ravens win the division, I don't know how people are going to vote. I don't know how I'm going to vote. And I got one of the votes. I know. That just shows what's wrong with the award. That's fine. I still got one of them. You can complain that I got one all you want. I still got one. If they want to take it from me, I don't care. But I got one, and I've had it for 3 years now. So, hate if you want, but I don't know what I'm going to do with my vote this year, and I'll figure it out after the season ends. But, that's where, and this is where this whole explosion of sports betting, does it become chicken and the egg? Are some of the voters going to be influenced by the betting odds? Like, they don't want to look stupid. Nobody wants to look stupid. So I really don't know who the MVP is. Who's the betting favorite? Okay, I'll make that that's how I'll resolve the tie. I don't want to look stupid if somebody sees my ballot. Everybody thinks Josh Allen's the favorite. You know what? It's not worth it to me to look like an idiot. So I'll just make Josh Allen my number one. Who can say I was wrong? Everybody thought Josh Allen was going to win. I hope that we all take a step back. And I know it's not easy. There's no calculator. There's different factors. There's objective, there's subjective. And you can pick whatever objective facts you want, to fit your subjective preference. If you want it to be Lamar Jackson, you just pick the stats that favor Lamar Jackson. If you want it to be Josh Allen, you come up with some objective array of factors to support your belief that it should be Josh Allen. It can be a lot of guys. It can definitely be Lamar Jackson. And Lamar Jackson has a chance, with millions watching worldwide on Wednesday, to make a pretty damn good case for himself. Hell, that's one of the reasons why Josh Allen's a favorite now. He had the Sunday night game where he was lights out against the 49ers. First guy since Otto Graham to have 3 passing touchdowns. Was that game? One of those games. I'm getting my games twisted up. He had the receiving touchdown, or was it a rushing touchdown? It counted as a receiving touchdown, but he had a game with 3 rushing touchdowns and 3 passing touchdowns. He had another game where it was just like craziness. He's been playing in these big platform, big top standalone games where we're like, damn, either standalone or late afternoon games, which is a big deal, which gets bigger ratings. The 425 game gets the biggest ratings of the week, typically, regardless of the prime time windows. So this is a chance for Lamar Jackson to go out and have a big game and stake his claim to the MVP. Not that he cares. He's already got 2 of them.
All right, so that's the point. And I know I let that drag on a little bit, but that's the point. What Lamar has in front of him today is very similar to the opportunity that he had in front of him a year ago on this day, right? Christmas night in San Francisco, a standalone opportunity. Everybody's watching. This MVP race is so much closer than so many feel like across the media world. And now, maybe, just maybe, Lamar starts to shift public opinion universally with a big-time performance today against the Houston Texans. By the way, beat reporters tweeting out something notable about the Texans' defense. Their starting linebacker, Christian Harris, just limped off the field with an athletic trainer. So Houston's defensive, the middle part of the defensive, I should say level 2 of their defense is banged up, and that could be an issue for them. Again, Christian Harris just limped off the field with an athletic trainer, and we know offensively speaking, they are hurting right now with no Tank Dell. Just keep that in mind. Now, Robert Griffin III is back on the scene, part of the Netflix coverage. I know the Netflix coverage has been a little bit wacky today with some various kinks in their armor, but RG3, he took the opportunity to build up his former guy, the guy that he used to back up in Baltimore. That is Lamar Jackson. And here's what RG3 had to say in the film room from what he's seen from number 8.
With Lamar Jackson, it's not hype. It's real. Okay. And these are the 3 reasons why he's become unstoppable as a passer. Number 1, precision passing. Right here, he gets a too high safety look. Looks like it's an umbrella coverage of quarters. He knows if the mic gets deep, Mark Andrews is going to sit down on this read route. If he stays low, Mark Andrews, you got to go. Well, when the ball is snapped, he realizes he has man coverage. And then watch this ball placement and precision. Right there, right over the linebacker's head.
What was that again? Thank you.
Okay, now we got design quarterback runs. Zone read the defensive end, bring the sifter across, 2 lead blockers. Now you got Lamar in open space. This is very scary, but not as scary as throwing the DB out the club. Stop playing with this man. Now watch this clock right here. Scramble drill. Okay. It's going to take about 7 seconds. He's going to step up in the pocket, stiff arm, spin move, moonwalk, 30-yard, dime. This man's got more moves in the military family as he gets that ball to Zay Flowers. When you look at Lamar Jackson, he is one of the most unstoppable quarterbacks in the league because he is leading with his arm. Teams are afraid of his legs, Drew, but his arm has become the thing that is his calling card now.
And he's got these 2 MVPs. 3, Drew, it's rare air. What does he have to do to steal it from Josh Allen today?
He's having a career year. My only knock is they're not even leading the division right now. Ooh. And they're 2 games behind the Buffalo Bills. So I think you have to take into account with MVP voting, record, and then who you've beaten. Josh Allen, 13-2. 2 seed, but also have beat the best team in the AFC and the NFC.
He's got to win today. Got to win today to pull it off.
He certainly does. Fan, by the way, you are a versatile weapon today, using your legs, running around everywhere because you're part of the feed.
All right, so RG3 keeping it real. And by the way, Drew Brees says that the Ravens aren't currently, or at least at the time, aren't currently in the division lead for the AFC North. Of course, that was a pregame segment right now. And having just lost to Kansas City and reeling right now are the Pittsburgh Steelers, the Ravens are in a position where you win today against Houston, you win next weekend, the weekend of the 5th against Cleveland, you take the AFC North, You host a home playoff game, and there is a scenario in which, of course, the Ravens could drop one of the next two and still win the division, but they would need a loss in the regular season finale by Pittsburgh, who plays Cincinnati. That's where things currently stand right now. Back to the guest lines we go. Great to see RG3 back in play and showing you why it's Lamar's arm. That's right, Lamar's arm that has become the dynamic test and the issue for opponents. And these friggin' bots are out in wildfire today. Let me tell you, the Russian bots are flying today, and I am flying to get them off my stream. Julian, let's get you in here, brother. Merry Christmas, Chef. You're on deck. Great to see you guys. Over 900 of you concurrently watching. And Jewel, I'd have to think, has had a couple beverages so far today, I would think.
No, Bobby, not today. New Year's Eve.
And you got a security team with you as well. What's up, guys?
That's how you doing? That's my cousin, my youngest cousin, my other cousin who was salty in the back because Steelers lost. So you got to bear with him. He won't be joining us on this proceedings today. So anyway,
he's not looking great back there. He looks like he's staring at the wall. Is everything all right?
Yeah. He's a little depressed. He takes these losses serious. So
like, get the eggnog going. Come on.
He'll be okay. Yeah, he'll be all right. Anyway, so my prediction, I believe we're gonna score 38 to 20. That's how I see it.
Okay.
I think it's gonna be another Lamar masterclass. I think he understands that the trajectory that he's on with Josh Allen. He has to almost be damn near flawless, and keep his team on the right path. But also, we definitely are gonna win out today. I mean, we're gonna win today, and then we're gonna win next week. And
I got to stop you for 1 second here because we're finally seeing pregame footage here from Netflix of the pregame moment that Joe Mixon and Josh Johnson were jawing at each other. Did you guys see that?
My, yeah,
Netflix just had the stream up there, and these guys were going fist to cuff. They had to get separated. People from both organizations were getting after it. I mean, talk about the Christmas spirit being alive and well down in Houston. God damn.
It was so weird.
Hey, can I say something real quick?
Absolutely.
Now this is my personal opinion, or my personal opinion. I really don't care if we win the division because the reason why I said that, because we got a run game and our defense is really coming along. Well, I say the past 4 or 5 weeks, maybe so. And I think with Derrick Henry running that ball, how he running that ball, I think that we can go on a road all 3 games in the playoffs and beat whoever we play in the playoffs on the road. I don't care if it's
my thought on it is they don't need to win the division.
Yeah.
But obviously it would be nice to have a home playoff game to kick off the postseason like that.
Mm-hmm.
One less game that you got to go on the road.
Yeah.
And I think just with the advantage that M&T Bank gives them as well.
Oh yeah.
Particularly when it comes to the January environment. I think that's obviously significant, but I'm with you. I don't think it's a necessity in terms of getting to where they want to go. It just certainly wouldn't hurt.
Yeah, and the reason why I said that, because if you look at our 2 Super Bowl victories back in 2020, I mean not 2020, 2012 and 2000, we was all on the road.
Well, we had one home game at home.
Yeah.
Each one of those Super Bowl, I think it was a home game we had. Was it against the Broncos?
Maybe, but I just think that when we give Derrick Henry 20 to 25 touches, no team has beaten us this season.
I think he's on deck for a few more of those today, and I want at least 5 from Keaton Mitchell. Gentlemen, I appreciate you guys. Merry Christmas. Enjoy the rest of your day, all right?
All right, Bobby. I'll see you for the post game, man.
Look forward to it. Post to the post. You know what's coming up. Santa Jewel. What up, Chef? Good to see you, man.
Not much, man. Not much. I have to celebrate Christmas a day early because I got to work today. So.
Oh, you're working today?
Yeah. But
Are you?
it's not
Where are you right
too
now?
bad. Huh?
Are you in an office right now?
I'm the only one in the office.
You're in an
I'm on
office
call.
right
So
now.
the person scheduled to work today called out sick, and I'm the on call, so I have to come in.
Called out sick, huh?
Yeah. So I got
Well,
the
we
short
won't put
end.
them on blast. I'll do it for you. But
Yeah,
what
but
are you
still,
gonna
at
do?
the end of the day, man, IT's not even that bad. I'm sitting here in my sweatpants, got the game up, so yeah.
Nice.
But yeah, happy holidays, happy Merry Christmas and whatnot. I just want to say for this game, and also thank you, Pittsburgh Squealers. Thank you for losing. We all know you could do it. You know, Mike Tomlin said it's just one loss. We're not gonna let it snowball. It looks like it's snowballing. But
It looks like it's snowballing right now. They got clapped. I mean, they just got clapped, or as Dre Dog says, they just got dog walked by Kansas City. And
dog walked.
You know, as a result, for those of you that are just popping on right now, first of all, we've got over 950 people concurrently watching. So glad to be with you guys. Merry Christmas to you and yours. Here's what's going on. It runs through Kansas City yet again. They just clinched the number 1 seed. Buffalo can't do anything about it. For the Ravens' perspective, you win the next 2, and you're guaranteed to take the division and also host a wild card weekend home playoff game. If you win one of the next 2 and you still want the division, Cincinnati has to beat Pittsburgh in the regular season finale. If it's a tiebreaker at the end, the tiebreaker goes to obviously Pittsburgh because of a number of factors that they have over the Ravens, or at least at one point the tiebreaker did. I'd have to check that, but I'm pretty sure that's the case. So
I know we're tied in division record. I believe we're both like 3-2. So I mean, if we were to lose to the Browns or something, then it would come down to whether the Steelers win that game. But if they lose, then yeah, it'd be like the other factors. Bigger people with bigger brains got that. I'm just rooting for the Ravens. But
the easiest factor with the most straightforward answer is if they control their own destiny, you win the next 2, it's over. You take the division, you get a home playoff game before you got to go visit the likes of, the Buffaloes, the Kansas Cities in order to get to where you want to go, which ultimately will be New Orleans. Go ahead, brother. What do you got on your mind?
I was going to say, actually looking ahead to the last game against the Browns, I'm glad this is going to be a situation to where I don't think we're going to be, resting starters as we've done in the past, when we secure our playoff spot and, we're not really playing for either the number 1 seed or anything else. So, I mean, I think it is nice or actually really great that, they just keep everybody in the game rolling and whatnot to where, when we go off to, the next week to play the wild card games and whatnot, whether we have home field advantage, I really hope we have home field advantage for it. That they can just keep going. It's not, going to be like this whole rest versus rust thing or something like that. So I'm glad we're not going to have that conversation.
Me too. Me too, because that was exhausting last year. And honestly, it's I'm not saying the MVP discussion is exhausting, because I think it's obviously a lot more closer than folks are leading on here. And I think for a second consecutive year, Lamar's got an opportunity to sway public opinion here and have it one of his classic signature Lamar performances that could shift this thing, not only from the sports books perspective, but from the voters' minds, towards Lamar's favor.
Yeah. No, I'm excited. I did have a question. So, if we potentially win the division, that put us at the 3 seed, right? It'd be like 3 or the 4 seed or something.
They would be set up to be the 3 if they win the next 2.
Okay, so with us being the 3, I know we would eventually have to face who would it be? Buffalo first, just in terms of not the first person we're gonna face, but eventually we would have to face Buffalo before we get to Kansas City. I'm just wondering, how likely do you think it could be to where Buffalo drops their last 2 games?
I think unlikely, but I think what's very likely is that Josh plays pedestrian-like into the closing finish line here, and this thing doesn't even become an argument about MVP. I mean, these are 2 division games for him, and I get it. Cleveland's a division game for the Ravens, but clearly with Dorian Thompson-Robinson, the likely QB1 for them in the weekend of January 5th, you like Lamar's chances right now. And the way that, the Patriots put up a fight, at least through 3 quarters, I know the ultimate score made it seem like it was a fight through all 4 quarters. I kind of like where everything stands right now, both for Lamar's MVP candidacy and also for the way that the Ravens are going to be kind of surging into the postseason.
I mean, yeah, fair enough. I just with how Josh Allen was describing how they didn't want to show too much, in certain games because they're so close to the playoffs and whatnot. I just feel like it's just sending maybe a different kind of message throughout the building and whatnot, and having a pedestrian game against, granted it is an in-division game, but having a pedestrian game against the New England Patriots, and I mean, if Drake May
twice in 3 weeks, dude, it'll be twice in 3 weeks if that happens.
Yeah, I mean twice in 3 weeks, but I mean again, I mean with Drake May, if that turnover didn't happen in the end zone, I think you probably would have marched down the field. I don't know if he would have got a touchdown, but I definitely believe they would have gotten scoring range. I feel like the Buffalo Bills are fizzling out at the wrong time, or I guess right time for us, because I don't think they're that scary.
Well, nobody's dropping right now more so than Pittsburgh. And again, as things currently stand right now, 1 through 4 would be Kansas City, Buffalo, Baltimore, Houston. That's the current AFC playoff picture. Wild card teams: Pittsburgh, Los Angeles Chargers, Broncos in the hunt. A few other teams, one of which is Cincinnati, and of course, who else is in there? Denver, I believe Miami. So that's where things currently stand.
Yeah, maybe a little hardball bowl for wild card weekend or something.
Wouldn't that be something?
Yeah, that would be crazy. But I'll lead off on this 38-17 Ravens. Thinking 3 touchdowns, and Derrick Henry, he's going through a little touchdown drought right now, but I think he's gonna punch some in.
Hit us with your predictions. Chef's got his out there. Mine's 30-21 in favor of the Ravens. Chef, Merry Christmas, mother. Don't work too hard in there now.
Hey, I'll try not to. I got my feet up, got my Crocs on and everything. So
good. Enjoy yourself, man.
All right, have a good one.
We'll catch up with you on the post. You guys know how it goes. Post is coming up tonight. Sarah and I will be live probably around 8:30 or so, and then I'll do another one after that. I would love for you guys to join the Bobby Baltimore Discord server. We're coming up on, let's see, how many members. Whenever somebody enters the community, you get a notification alert. We're at 625. I'd love to get that to 700 as soon as possible. It's a 24/7 hub for conversation surrounding Baltimore sports. The football chatter is obviously alive and well on this Christmas afternoon. Baseball is where we talk Orioles and a number of other things. In general is literally anything you could possibly think of. You can visit and for free join the server by clicking on the link that's included in my show notes. Also, again, this is a free opportunity. I'll just drop this into the live chat right now. I would love for you guys to join the group. 34-24, Frank G. Life thinks. 27-6, Justin has the Ravens in favor. Chris says thinks 38-12 Ravens. And like I said, I'm going 30-21. I think that defensively speaking, there's an opportunity here for the Ravens to really exert their will on an offensive line that's been suspect when it comes to pass protection. And I think a lot of that has to do with CJ Stroud's sophomore slump that he's in the middle of right now. Houston's defense is no joke. The 4th overall unit, 11th against the run, 6th against the pass, 9th in scoring. But again, Pittsburgh's was similar. And I think the Ravens have the potential to run them out of their own building today. Now, I mentioned the defensive opportunity that's in place here because of some of those pass protection issues. Well, somebody who is sipping from the fountain of youth for a second consecutive season at 33 years young has an opportunity to keep chipping away at a new career high, and that is 10.5 sacks, 29.5 to be exact, since becoming a Raven last year. And that is Kyle Van Noy. I loved his thought earlier this week on the Yahoo Sports podcast that he does with Gerald McCoy. This will get you in the holiday spirit as we get ready for this 4:30 kickoff.
I had two teammates. I know teammates have done this with you in the past, but it just made me feel good. I'm not going to say their names, but just two young teammates were getting ready to do a walkthrough, and I'm just chilling on the sideline, and one of my young bulls was like, "Bruh, like, I know this is crazy, but I grew up playing you in Madden."
Oh man,
like,
yeah, that's
and
happening.
I'm on your team, and like for me, like I'm trying to be cool about it, but like it is so badass for your teammates to say that. Like I mean, I feel so honored that they would even say that to me, but like another teammate like heard him and he jumped in and was like, "Hell yeah, I used to play you too." Like I never wanted to say anything, but it's just dope to see you still balling as I like played you growing up in the game, and just to be your teammate is so surreal. And it's crazy because I know exactly how they feel, because when I walked in the league, I was right next to Reggie Bush. And if you lived on the West Coast like I did, Reggie Bush was the guy. He was that guy. He is the reason why you wore black cleats and white shoelaces, the one sleeve. I wore a one sleeve in college like he did. Man. He was that guy. And then Calvin Johnson came up to me, and so I know exactly what they are talking about when they said that, and it meant so much to me to have teammates like say that. If it was good for the holidays, it like made my holiday spirit,
A nice little KVN holiday spirit snippet from his recent Yahoo Sports conversation. You can check out that in its entirety at McCoy and Van Noy on their YouTube channel. I appreciate you guys for spending some time. Not quite 50 minutes, but it's Christmas Day. I wanted to pop in with my pops a little bit pregame. We're in Baltimore, which is a ghost town, at least in the city, getting ready to go back to upstate later this week. But kickoff coming up any minute. Sarah and I will catch you in the 8 o'clock hour, probably around 8:30 or so for our post-game live stream. That'll be inside the vault. And then I will go live yet again to close down Christmas night right here inside this channel. On your way out, subscribe if you haven't already. Like this video. Hit that notification bell so you can be notified of when we're dropping daily live content for you. If you'd like to donate, you can always do so through Venmo, Cash App, or the YouTube Super Chat feature. Liking the video, obviously, is huge in itself. And check out Preston Automotive Group and consider hopping on a few of those incentives as a Bobby Baltimore subscriber that are offered to you on a daily basis. I appreciate you guys. Enjoy the rest of your Christmases. Enjoy this game. We'll catch up with you post-game on the other side. Talk soon.